welcome to the movie Reactor. Today I will show you an horror, action, and adventure film from 2023 titled Meg 2, The Trench. Please make sure to like, subscribe, and leave a comment below to help advise me on how to make this channel more intriguing for your enjoyment. So sit back, relax, and enjoy. The Cretaceous period is when the movie first begins. Before a T-Rex attacks the diminutive but deadly dino predators known as snappers, several monsters feed on the smaller animals. After the T-Rex has been devoured, the Meg emerges from the water and drags the bloodied carcass back under. Jonas Taylor emerges from a shipping container in the present while traveling across the Philippine Sea in a boat. He is there to prevent some men from throwing hazardous rubbish into the water. He begins to beat down the thugs after getting his information before jumping into the water and being rescued by Mac and Rigas in their helicopter. Jiuming Zhang is putting an exosuit designed for operating underwater to the test at a Chinese oceanographic institute. Jonas has taken on the role of a parent to Mei Ying as he is Mei Ying's uncle and Suin's brother, who recently passed away. They go to a gathering for the institute that Hilary Driscoll, Jiuming's business partner, is in charge of. In honor of Suin and their father, Jiuming promises to carry on ocean-based research. Then Jiuming exhibits Heike, a Megalodon that he claims can obey his directions. Jonas, meantime, catches Montez, a suspicious-looking man, staring at him during the gathering. Jiuming attempts to conduct a test in which he makes noises using a device to frighten Heike away from him. The crew becomes concerned for Jiuming during the second run since Heike doesn't seem to be paying attention, but he returns to the station unharmed. Jonas expresses concern for Heike's actions and accuses Jiuming of being careless. Heike breaks through the vents and swims into open ocean when the crew neglects to watch on her. To explore the Mariana Trench, Jonas goes to the Mana 1 research facility with Jiuming, Mac, Rigas, and DJ. They meet with Jess, another analyst. Despite Jonas asking her to stay behind for protection, Mei Ying stows away. The crew of the sub realizes Heike has escaped and is with two other Megs while submerged in water. Before he notices the Mana 1 team nearby, Montez is in charge of a mineral farming operation. He detonates the entire structure, killing everyone on board and bringing down the opposing sub. When Montez reports to his employer, Driscoll, he is told that they must stop the Mana 1 crew from discovering their job at the station. Following everyone's recovery, Mac, who is still at the station, concludes that the sub was sabotaged. With little air available, the crew leaves the sub and uses the exosuits to reach the nearest station. One crew member, Lance, perishes after being dragged away by sea life, and another, Sal, is gobbled up by a Meg after shoving another crew member aside. One more crew member, Curtis, had her suit implode as they approach the station before the water is emptied because her helmet cracked. The team then starts searching the station for a method to summon assistance. After turning on a video monitor and making contact with the station, they discover that Jess is a member of Driscoll's team and has betrayed the others. Rigas is told to shoot Jonas so that at least Mei Ying can return, and she releases the escape pods they required, but she cannot bring herself to do it. Driscoll then tells the crew that she intends to use Jiuming's technology for their scheme. When Jonas tries to drain the water out of the other sub to get out, he passes out and is captured by Montez. He admits he holds a personal vengeance against Jonas because he put him in jail for his illegal behavior in the past. They fight for a moment, but Jonas manages to get the crew onto the submarine so they can escape. Mac and DJ are simultaneously watching camera footage of Jess destroying the sub and discovering her lie. The two are pursued by Driscoll's mercenaries but are able to escape by diving into the water. Unfortunately, they are nonetheless discovered. Back in Mana 1, Jonas and the group battle the mercenaries to release Mac and DJ. The Megs then begin traveling to the station while Montez reunites with his lover Jess. Jess assures Driscoll that she is protected by Meg-proof glass when she speaks to her. And then, with Montez inconsolable, one of the Megs jumps through it and swallows Jess whole. The crew then boards a raft to escape as the station begins to absorb water. The mercenaries pursue them in their own raft, but they too are eaten by Meg. While Jonas is developing explosive and poisonous harpoons to use against the Megs, the group begins moving toward Fun Island, a vacation spot. With the surviving mercenaries, Montez then begins pursuing the crew. A huge squid nearby pulls a boat full of people into the water. The snappers surface as Driscoll and her team attempt to fly off the island. Some of the other mercs also have unpleasant contacts with them, and one of them pulls Driscoll away to her death. The crew then tries to rescue the tourists as the Megs start to appear and start consuming some of them. In addition to DJ, Mac, Rigas, and Joming splitting up to assist, Jonas is also attempting to save some lives. Mei jumps into the water to assist in saving humans and a dog. The four run into the remaining mercs, who threaten them with a gun until Mac convinces DJ to unlock a door, letting the snappers enter and devour them so they may escape. Mac and Joming locate Driscoll's helicopter and begin to flee, dousing the snappers with jet fuel before charging at them and lighting them on fire. By ramming the exploding harpoon into one Meg's face, Jonas is able to kill it, but Montez pursues him before he can go after the second one. After a brief altercation, Jonas kicks Montez into the water just before the Meg emerges to devour him. Before Joming makes a bomb and wedges it into the squid's side, the squid wreaks havoc on the resort and murders more people. Then Heike enters the water and drowns the squid. After Jonas calls attention to it, the final Meg charges at it, and he uses a chopper blade that is broken to impale the Meg through the mouth. When Jonas, Mac, and Joming enter the sea to swim back to land, Heike begins to approach them. In order to get her to swim away from them and turn back, Joming deploys his invention. Although Jonas claims she is tracking dolphins, he believes she is actually paying attention to him. Together with Rigas, Mei, and DJ, the three return to the beach. Joming speculates that Heike may have been carrying a pregnancy when she left her enclosure because it was mating season. While they sat and enjoy their beverages and survival, Jonas advises that it would be best to avoid thinking about it. Please consider subscribing. If you enjoyed the content, then please hit the like button as it helps the channel and is greatly appreciated. Also, if you know anyone who would enjoy watching this content, then please share and help this community grow. Thanks for watching.